Alright, so last season, Season 8, I finished Gold 3, and now I am currently Diamond 2, and I'm going to be going over everything that I learned along the way, and hopefully help some of you climb with what I learned. So this is mainly geared towards jungle mains, but if you play any lane, you're still probably going to learn some stuff too. So I'm going to be going over vision, tracking the jungler, team fighting, picking fights, and zoning. And if you learn anything from this video, or if you like it and you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. And if you want more guides, you can check my channel, as I have some more guides there too. So let's get into this guide. So the first part of this, I'm going to be going over warding, which is a very important part. I feel like a lot of pro elo players, they aren't very good at warding, they don't really understand it. A lot of people don't even buy control wards, which are very important. So if you start on the blue side, some really good places to ward would be right here, or right here if you can get in deep enough without getting caught. Another spot would be right here. And the idea of this is to be able to track your jungler, the enemy jungler, and with this information you can get objectives such as Dragon, Rift Herald, or Baron. And you can also counter gank. You can counter jungle. If you don't know what counter ganking is, that's when the enemy jungler ganks a lane and you're right there, so you can counter the gank.
You're just a tool to
win the
me,
fight.
Rost.
And counter jungling is whenever you, like say if you start blue side, you come and take your enemy's jungle. So if I see the enemy jungle up here, his blue buff is up, I know I can take it. Yeah, so that's a really big part of it. That's the main thing about trinket wards that I wanted to go over. I'm also going to go over control wards and sweeper lens. So this is the sweeper lens, or the oracle lens. If you don't know what it does, it reveals enemy wards in this radius. So this is also really good for ganking. It's good for objectives. I command it! Because I can 100% know that Dragon is not warded, so I'll be able to get it. And especially if I have some wards and I know where the enemy jungler is, that's a plus. And it also really helps with ganking because most of these river bushes are usually warded. But if you have a oracle lens, then you can tell if it's warded or not. You don't waste your time just sitting in a warded bush, and you'll be able to get a good game most of the time. So now with control wards, like I said, these are very important, and a lot of people don't buy them. Even in Diamond, a lot of people don't buy them. But yeah, you need to make sure to buy them because they provide a lot of control on the map. Especially if you're getting dragons and testing it. You can just probably and it negates the vision of any wards that they put down, unless they put down a control ward. And some good places to put control wards would be this bush right here. This bush right here. And of course, the map is a mirror, so this is also a good spot. And this is also a good spot. This is all if you're a jungler. If you're a laner, you can put them in your river bushes. That's really good too. So yeah, that's a lot of the main points with warding and vision control. The idea is to know where the enemies are and try to get rid of their vision at the same time. It actually really helps a lot, so you definitely want to make sure that you are really good with vision. And also these, of course, make sure you use these all the time. Really good with vision, reveal all the wards, so you can go out and kill them. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to go over for vision. And next I'm going to go over team fights. Alright, so now I'm going to be going over some team fighting tips, or team fight tactics, no pun intended. I actually am redoing this part because my game volume was like insanely loud. I couldn't even hear my voice. So yeah. Alright, so the first thing about team fighting is you want to look out for who has their like really strong CC abilities. So that's mainly going to be Thresh. He has his hook and his little swipe thingy in addition to his ult. And we have Riven, she gives some CC too. Nocturne's dead right now, so I don't have to worry about him. And so in this fight, if Twitch was like over here and he was in my stun, then I would have gone for him. But you mainly just want to go for people that can do a lot of damage and are easy to kill. So in this case, Kassadin, he does a lot of damage. He's low on mana, so I know he can't get away with his ult. And yeah, he's low on health too, so I can probably kill him pretty quick. And I think Annie also gets Twitch to back up a little bit. So right here, I go for Kassadin. I get out because Kassadin is stopwatched, Riven ulted. I know Thresh has some CC, so I just get out, back up a little bit. Now I try and go back in. I think I get the kill on Kassadin, and I think Riven wipes me out, unfortunately. But even though I died, we still won the fight because I got a lot of damage onto their carries. I killed Kassadin. I got Riven really low, and he got Twitch out, and Thresh doesn't really do damage, so I didn't really focus him that much. So yeah, even though you die, it doesn't mean like you really did bad in a fight or anything. Like, if you can win a fight with your death, then definitely try to do it. Or if you can like get 2 kills with by dying in a team fight, that's really good too. If it's like valuable deaths, like if I killed Riven, Kassadin, Twitch, Nocturne, anything like that. So yeah, those are some main things to pay attention to when team fighting. So just to like go over it a little bit again, make sure to look out for CC people. Like right there, Twitch wasn't doing that, and he got CC'd and killed by Annie. So yeah, make sure to look out for CC. Try and go for the weakest people, the fastest people that you can kill, and people that typically do a lot of damage so you can get them out of the fight. And yeah, that's pretty much the main things to keep in mind. Okay, so now I'm going to go over itemization, which is picking the correct items that you should go. I'm going to try and make this a little bit broad because I don't want to go over every single item in the game. So you usually have your core items, whether you're playing any lane. So, like for instance, Kane's core items is this and this. So I get that pretty much every game. And if they have magic or if they have a lot of magic damage, then I will take Hex Drinker, which will eventually build into Maw. Or I can take Spirit Visage, which is really good pick on Kane or anyone else that has a lot of healing. This is really good for like mages that are against like really heavy AP because it can help you survive, gives you some AP and magic resist. And for boots are pretty easy. You can usually just count, like if the enemy team has Kled top lane, Talon mid lane, Evelyn support, and then like a Zaya bot lane, and then like a tanky support like Nautilus or something. Well, actually, in that case, you would probably want to go Merc Treads because it gives you a lot of tenacity, which, as you can read right there, reduces the duration of stuns, slows taunts, fears, silences, blinds, polymorphs, and immobilizes by 30%. So if they have a lot of CC, you can definitely get that. That's a really good item. But if they have just like a lot of AD, then Tabbies is definitely the choice. So if they have like a Lee Sin, Kled, and then maybe they have like they could have like an AP middle, and then obviously an AD ADC, then that would be really good for Tabbies. So yeah, you can pretty much just like count the number of AD people in AP and usually gauge it that way. But also keep in mind that these also give tenacity in addition to magic resist. So yeah, boots are actually really important in the game, so make sure to do that. And you know, if they have, it's that pretty much goes over
My
like
aura is none of
everything,
your concern,
because
Rost.
if they have a lot of magic, you know, go for magic resist items. If they have a lot of AD, you can go for armor. If they have a lot of burst, you can go for Zonia's Hourglass, because it does this, makes you untargetable, you can't take any damage, helps a lot. If they have, or if you need some tankiness as an AP, you can go Rod of Ages if you need a slow. If you're playing like a kind of tanky champion, you can go for any of these. These are really good. Deadman's Plate's not very good, but Randuin's and Thornmails are really good. And so usually you want to go Thornmails if they have a lot of healing, because Bramble Vest says upon being hit by a basic attack, reflects magic damage, and it inflicts grievous wounds on the attacker for 3 seconds. So grievous wounds reduces healing and regeneration by 40%. So if they have a lot of healing, if they have like a Soraka or something, or a Zin, or an Aatrox, or even a Kayn, it's really good on Kayn because Kayn heals a lot. You definitely want to make sure to get grievous wounds. If you're more of an AD champion and you don't want to get a tank item, you can get Executioner's Calling, that gives grievous wounds as well. If you are like a mage or something, you need some grievous wounds and spell magic penetration. Morello is also a good choice. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to go over for itemization. Like I said, it's kind of broad because I don't want to go over every single item for every single champion, because that would just take too long. So yeah, that's all the items that you should need to know. Alright, so another thing I want to go over is pushing. So, say I just ganked bot lane, that means and we killed the support and ADC. So then I would then push this lane, or help my team push it if they can continue pushing. Yeah, I would help them push it, get to the turret, make the turret take some damage. And also, if I'm pushing, see how these minions are dying? Like, minions on my team. So that's pretty much taking away gold from the enemy team, because their minions are just going to the turret, they're not getting any gold, they're not getting any XP. So you always want to push the lane if you force the enemies to back or to
Deep down, Rost.
die.
I know
Turret
you're
plating will
scared.
Because they
fall
miss a lot
soon.
of CS, and CS is very important. So that's really good too. Yeah, you always want to make sure that you're pushing, especially if this plate's up. You can also get Rift Herald. Rift Herald is really good for plates because it just gives you like a ton of gold. I think it's like 300 Rift Herald hits. That's really important. And yeah, the way you want to look at pushing is kind of like just like mowing down each turret. So say if we have Baron and we took down these two inhibitor turrets, but they still have these two turrets up, we're going to want to go for these two turrets, because then we can get to that inhibitor. Gives us a lot more map control, makes them a lot weaker. So that's really important too. And yeah, I think that's everything you need to keep in mind with pushing.
What are you?
Just to
Really?
reiterate, if they die, make sure to push the lane, because it takes a lot of their CS. Make sure, if you can, get some damage off on the turret. Rift Herald gives you a ton of gold for plates. Plates give you a lot of gold, even if you just attack them. So yeah, just keep all that in mind. And another thing you want to keep in mind is your matchup. So say I'm playing Kayn, and the enemy jungler is Lee
You're
Sin.
pretty confident for an antiquated
So after
lawnmower,
I
Rost.
get my level 1 clear, I'll end up top lane, and the Scuttle will have spawned, and Lee Sin will probably be top lane as well. So You should know that Lee Sin is a really strong early game champion. That's definitely where he excels. So, and Kayn is not really that strong. He scales much harder, and without his form, can't really do that much, especially against Lee Sin. So I normally wouldn't contest a Scuttle against Lee Sin because he's so strong early. And there's a lot of champions like this, where like it doesn't really matter what lane you're in. Like some lanes you just want to farm. Some
I should
lanes you
have
can
bombed
be
this toilet world
really
from
aggressive
orbit.
if you're the stronger early game champion. So yeah, you definitely want to like make sure you know who's stronger in the matchup, because like if you're playing Lee Sin and you're just farming all game, then you're not taking advantage of what he's good at. Or if you're just playing Kayn and
I
constantly
don't
trying
need
to gank
you
and not
to rule
farming
the
at all,
universe.
Then why can't
you're
you
probably
put
not
me
going to
down?
end up very well. So yeah, definitely keep matchups in mind, because that can be very important. That can win the lane or even win the game. Alright, so another thing I want to go over is zoning. So zoning is pretty much when,
Don't you
like,
have
say
any
my team is
flair
getting
for the
Baron right now,
dramatic?
and their team is like going to be over here. I'm going to want to like try and zone them. So you can do this by getting vision, because then they can't see like past here, they have no idea what's going on. You can
How
also just try and like
interesting.
keep them back, especially on Kayn. Kayn's a really good zoner, so that's kind of why I wanted to show it on Kayn. So yeah, you can kind of just like keep
Such a
them back,
useful
try and
talent.
poke them a little bit. That's pretty much what zoning is. You can do this for Dragon, you can do this for a lot of things, and it can kind of be like used as bait, because if I'm zoning all of them like back here and they don't have any vision of Baron, then they're probably going to try and fight it because they think that we're getting Baron.
I'm
So yeah,
always
zoning is really
close.
good. And zoning, you can also protect your carries by zoning. So yeah, that's really good too.
Hush.
And lastly, I'm going to go over some rune information. So I can't really tell you what runes to take because every champion's different. A lot of champions take different runes, and I don't know what champions you play. So I'm just going to be going over the runes that you don't take every game and the ones that you want to like switch up every game. So these are the pretty easy ones to notice. If they have a lot of magic, then you definitely want to go magic resist. If they have a lot of armor, you definitely want to go armor. If they have a lot of magic and you plan on building magic resist items, then you can go health. That's also good too. And I'm going to be going over pretty much secondary runes, because for the most part, these will be the same pretty much every game with a little bit of variation if you're playing the same champion every game. So the main one, here, okay, so if I'm playing, here, let me go back to this actually. So if I'm playing Lee Sin, these are tenacity runes. And this is attack speed. Attack speed is important on Lee Sin, but it's not crazy important. So if they have a lot of CC abilities, like a Thresh, Lysandra, Bard, Morgana, all that stuff, then I would definitely take Tenacity, because it reduces all that stuff by a good amount. It's really worth. So yeah, you definitely want to keep that in mind. Nullifying Orb is good against magic damage. So you gain a magic damage shield when taken to low health by magic damage. That's really good. Water walking is good if you want to roam a lot, like if you're a mid laner or maybe even a jungler, it can be good. Uh, these are kind of just depends on your champion, and so are these. So yeah, if you need magic resist, this is really good. If you need tenacity, this is really good. If you need magic resist here, armor here, or if you plan on getting magic resist and you want some health, then you can opt for this. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about runes, because I can't go over every single champion. So yeah, and this is last thing I'm talking about. So this is the end of the video. So if you learned anything or if you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe because I'll probably be making more guides, probably another one next week. And if you have any comments or questions, make sure to comment. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.